line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up.
Well, we certainly hope you're in for a wild one here tonight, because 2 main races coming up. The first starting off in the dirt, to then lead it into our asphalt races here tonight. It certainly looks to be a show unlike any other. We're ready to get back to the action, so let's start off. Hi again, everyone. I'm Christian the Crusaders driver. Welcome back to the show here as we get ready for our action here at Knoxville Raceway. Pedal to Metal Racing League returns to the Dirt Series here, and their round 5 of 6 action as they try to cement their legacies and cement their drives as the season's about to come to a close. One more race after this will signify the championship run here on our show. Let's get them off the bat here and get them ready to go racing here. But first, on heat number 1, our starting order tonight will be the 51 of Eric G. Gann to his outside. Matthew Hofford, the 84. Run number 2, it's going to be the 19 of Aaron Clark, and to his outside, Landon McKenzie. And the 22. And then the final starter sees the 66 of Dustin Swanacre. Race fans, this is going to get hectic. It's going to get crazy. 8 laps for this one. 3 heats in this event here tonight, and then an A main to come. We'll see how these drivers handle their nerves and how they handle this one down. Cody McRae saying home track for me. Same for me, my man. Only about 45 minutes away from home. And I love this track. I love watching the action here. We'll see how these drivers handle their nerves and handle the situations as we lead them down out of turn 4. Getting ready to get to the fast-paced speeds that Knoxville brings to the table. To the green flag we go. We're on and out. A little slow going into the turn there for Hoffer, looks like, in Clark, but it looks like they'll get their speed back up there coming out of the exit lane here as Landon McKenzie charges down inside. Landon looking for an opening on the inside there. Matthew Hofford immediately. You can see the 84 Deuce Nudes Camaro machine is getting all he wants and then some. But Eric G. Gann, the feature winner back at Cedar Lake Speedway right now, is your race leader, halting the momentum of the drivers right behind him. The onboard camera here with Aaron Clark just shows you the speeds they are carrying here. Now again, just a reminder as well, they may be a little tighter out there. We've been told as of late here tonight that the track feels a little tighter and the car feels a little harder to handle due to the fact that there was a little bit of an update here last night. So we'll see what happens as these drivers try to keep their position and keep their wits in their ends of it. Leading them off here, the Amsoil Chevrolet Camaro 84. Trying to get some of these nuts right now as he gets Eric G. Gann's machine right in front of him. What on earth am I saying? Am I literally saying these nuts on broadcast television with a car like that? Oh my god. Cody McRae saying Oak Ridge in the chat here tonight. Hofford laughing his tail end off here already. I can only imagine there. Oh, right now there is Hofford trying to build up some speed, trying to get something going here. Clark kind of staying in the back here, maybe looking to rock the Superman 19 ahead of the field when he gets the opportunity here. Dustin Swanacre back in the field right now, just trying to stay out of the way of drivers, maybe look for another shot at getting a victory in another time. told me earlier, dirt's not really his forte. He just tries to kind of hang in there with it. Landon McKenzie having a little bit of company back there as Aaron Clark kind of sneaks his way out of turn 3 and 4, almost taking him for a little bit of a showmanship there. Landon doing a pretty good job hanging him down, trying to keep his speed alive. As you see Aaron Clark just continuously pushing his boundaries and pushing the limits, trying to get inside that line. There is 2 lines really to hit around here, and that's the bottom and the high side here. The bottom usually goes in quickly, but when you get that outside to work, you can actually do a lot of slingshot maneuvers up there. The only downside is you get that speed, you risk opening the bottom lane up if someone will throw a slider at you. And we've seen it here before where that can really get you all wound up and out of shape. Landon McKenzie doing much of that as he goes into the wall protection there out of turn 2. 2 laps now to 1 lap to go. White flag flies out this time by here as the white comes out. It is Eric G. Gann with the race lead still. Hoffer trying to hold on while McKenzie tries to have to deal with Clark behind. Eric G. Gann's got a strong showing back in Cedar Lake when he won there. He's been strong as can be every time he comes out since then. Will he continue that streak and continue it here tonight? Well, he'll find out because he's going to start on the pole in the A main. It's all 51s. Eric G. Gann, the MR Customs machine, takes it to the winner's circle in heat number 1. Second going to Hoffer, third to McKenzie. Round out the top 3 for heat number 1. Take a look at our heat lineup there and take a look at our finish results. Heat number 1 results popping up now. Eric G. Gann wins it. Second going to Matthew Hoffer. Second going to Matthew Hoffer. Third to Landon McKenzie. Fourth to Aaron Clark. And then fifth to Dustin Slonaker to round out that field there for your spots in there. Now lead them off here. We're getting ready for our next lineup of drivers as they bring it to the stage. Heat number 2 is popping up now on your screen, on your score here, folks. Look at this lineup we'll have on the starting pole here. Now it looks like on the gun it will be the Crusader Shriver. In the 14 to his outside will be the 9 of AJ Hall. Runner number 2 is going to be Alan Dively there in the number 960. And then his outside is supposed to be Joshua Godinez, but Godinez not on the show yet. Something not going right there for the 960, unfortunately. Or excuse me, for the 74. And then the final starter here will be Ryan Stang in that number 2. See what the race officials call right now. They're saying we're going to get the drivers out there now. I said Godinez having some mechanical troubles. He'll not be able to start. That's a darn shame. There's a tough break there for him. We'll see if he's able to hold back the momentum and try to push this one back in a little bit later on. So Heat 2 now coming up onto your screen here as they wind him up and round him down. Driver's going to have to get really comfortable here as the track is starting to tear away a little bit, starting to burn up slightly. That will definitely hurt the confidence of some drivers that generally are used to the cleaner slicks area here, not so much the burnt area that this track can really play out and bring into. It's a bit of a tricky track here when it burns up, because the problem is, again, that bottom line goes, then you only have the outside to work with, and then it can really be a tandem of battling in the middle and on the bottom to get to the sliders there. We'll see if we see some of that in the A main here, but right now they'll lead them off around out of turn 1 and 2. This time by to then send it to the green flag. The Fox Racing Puddles Wraps PTM Racing TV number 14, a Crusader Shriver, will have to deal with that Napa Auto Parts AJ Hall, the number 9 machine, as he will have to hold, as we'll have to see these guys really lay it in. Brian Stang looking for another win ever since that victory he got back in, I believe it was USA International Speedway. He's been an on-tear run and a shot maker here throughout these events and out these races. We'll see if we can continue that on as we lead him off to the green flag start. We're underway. Whoa, and already problems there for Alan Dively and Brian Stang. Alan Dively getting right up onto the verb there. Ended up getting Brian Stang tremendously in the corner there. I'm not so sure Stang's going to appreciate that very much. Got a good lick and a half there off of him, and I'm not sure what the heck happened other than the Dively just kind of came up onto that ridge there on that verb. It is very hard to get off of, admittedly, but that was definitely not what you usually see from these drivers. Letting them down in now. Everyone trying to pace their way in, finding their line, finding their shot. Dively going up low, go back up high. Sending it straight in, straight shots around. He is just jamming that thing into the wall protection, though. Absolutely hitting it hard and hitting it spot on. But the two of Brian Stang now looking to make a big maneuver around on the inside here, looking to catch him on out of turn 2. Leads him down in. Now it's a side-by-side battle here for third as they come off the corners here. Maybe a battle for second if Stang can catch up there, and Dively's doing much the same. Leading him on around, and Dively takes Stang in there. And Stang, unfortunately, having all sorts of problems there coming up that front straightaway. Dively gets a little tag and a half here and gets a good one off him. And now AJ Hall up into the wall there. Good Lord, what is going on in this heat tonight? Holy cow, heat number 2 was definitely something here. And AJ Hall all over the place, having all sorts of problems. Right now, currently AJ Hall trying to get back in and trying to recenter off. Brian Stang, after having to go into the pit stop area there to get that car fixed up. Damage is very badly done. Alan Dively is currently on a mission to try to stabilize him in and try to keep up there with the Crusader, but driver seems to have his own line dialed in as he comes to the green flag flying high in the air for only 2 to go. Looks like he might have found a line up there on the outside, maybe trying to do what we've been talking about earlier, and that's do the slingshot maneuver. There's a lot of fresh dirt up there, a lot of tacky stuff. You can see as he comes off those corners how much speed he can carry right in the middle because that tack there and that stickiness of the track not burning in too much. White flag is out. Dively looking to try to keep his momentum alive, keep his chances and hopes at bay. They'll lean him down around the back straight away as they come off the corners. Every driver for themselves, but in this case, in the first row, Crusader's going to have himself a chance at doing some more. He'll win heat number 2. Alan Dively coming away with second, third, going to AJ Hall. Brian Stang holds up the rear. And Joshua Godinez, unfortunately, not able to make the show on that one. But he will be in the A main. We will see him there. Heat 2 results are now popping up on your screen here, race fans. So Crusader wins this one. Second going to Alan Dively. Third to AJ Hall. Fourth to Brian Stang. And then fifth to Joshua Godinez. Godinez not able to make the call. Alright, heat number 3. The last of our heats now is about to commence. So let's see how we get this one settled up here. It's on the pole. Derek Pope, the 00 into his outside. That's going to be the 65 of Cody Scott. Row number 2, it's going to be Chantel, the Toronto Apollo, on the 5. And then to her outside, David Tremble Jr. in the 28. Alright, race fans, we got this last heat. And then it's time for your A main event. We're going to be a star-studded lineup there. A big battle of drivers looking to overarch and overdone. They're going to have a lot of work to do when this track burns in, though, because this track is starting to slick up badly, and it's going to be a war zone out there when all is said and done. Marching their way through the track, through the slickness, through the burn, through the corners. Each driver looking to get an advantage, get a shot at this one. This next time around, they go green flag racing, and you gotta believe Derek Pope right now is looking to defend the season championship with another victory here. He's close in points, and he's off by just a few. He's only off by a few there with Brian Stang. Stang actually looking like maybe he might have a shot at finally getting a season championship in, something he feels like he should have been owed a couple of weeks ago in the races he had followed with. We'll see if he can do it here as they get him lined off out of turn 4. To the green flag we go. We're underway. Out of the start here, out of the momentum here, the 65 EI 65 machine of Cody Scott making a big run there off of that 00 Derek Pope. David Tremble Jr. with some early problems there as they lean him in down into turn 3. Coming up right around out of turn 4 there. Oh, a little bit of a tag there from the 65. From the 5 there, Chantel, the throttle bottle, and that's costing them for caution. That calls for a caution there. My, oh my, not what you usually see out of the 5 machine, but unfortunately, Had nowhere to go and nowhere to gain out of that one. Just kind of got overdrive a little too much. Gotta wonder, maybe Scott kind of backed off the throttle a little bit going into that turn. That could have been very well, but unfortunately, but man, they definitely could not get out of that situation at all. The 5 will go to the back here for that one. You start it, you go to the back. That's the rule of thumb around here. And that she will be doing here. So they're going to refire, restructure them, and get back to the action here. They'll have 4 to go on the restart here, and Cody Scott will be put back in his place. David Trimble Jr. will be put ahead of the 5 here. Alright, they'll lead him off here on the back straight away. Settle him up and settle him down. Get ready to get back to the action. And Derek Pope pulled out that big run that Cody Scott's going to have to try to find now, try to get a move on. We'll see here. They'll charge him away, coming off around out of turn 4 this time by. Looking for the green. And there we go. Line him back up. Green flag pops back on out. We're back underway. Scott on the outside. Remember that slingshot maneuver you saw Crusader do earlier on? That's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to get right in the middle of the outside and then bring it straight down to catch a lot of that drift, that little corner entry off. Almost like a diamond positioning there, but that's the beauty coming dirt racing, is you can basically get the car to rotate from the right and swing it straight in and then catfish it around and get a big run off. You can see it right here as he comes off that run out of turn 2. Look at the speed he can carry, whereas Derek Pope couldn't quite get much of that. Pope sees what he's trying to do. He's going to try to defend him off, coming off the inside corners there, and now fights his way in. Scott looking for an opening around him here as Derek Pope is losing ground and losing position. A strong, heated, contested battle as the 5 catches right back up with the drivers as well. Each one playing to their strengths, each one doing their own thing. More problems down there for David Trimble Jr. Crashes in completely on the front straightaway. Parks that thing in. More problems for the 28. He'll have to try to get that thing fixed up come main time. Whoa, and speaking of troubles there, Cody Scott way into the wall protection. Drove that thing in way too deep, and the 5 making a bobble there at turn 1. She loses a lot of time from that one. Derek Pope might have all but sealed this one in if he could just hold off Cody Scott one more time. He'll stick it to the bottom, work his way down. Scott straight in, cornered off. He tried to slingshot it off. He caught that corner a little too much, and he's going to lose it. So Derek Pope wins Heat 3. And just like that, that's when things get all crazy and insane there. That was some pretty good racing there. All things considered for the Heat event. Now to the A main we go here in just a second, but Derek Pope will win it. Second going to Cody Scott. Third, Chantel Throttlepottle with 4th, David Trimble Jr. rounding out your field. So now we're going to go ahead and send this one over to our A main event. So just give us one brief minute as we get things settled down, get things figured on in. We're getting ready for this one. Should be a star-studded lineup here coming up. Here we go, race fans. This is it. Hey, main event time. Here we go. 40 laps to the distance on the pole as the fireworks go. Eric G. Gann that 51, and then it is outside. Hometown boy, Crusader Shriver in the 14. Row number 2 is going to be Derek Pope in the 00, and that is outside these nuts. Number 84, Matthew Hofford. Row number 3 is going to be Landon McKenzie in the 22, and that is outside Cody Scott, the 65. Row number 4 is going to be Brian Stang there in the number 2, and it is outside AJ Hall in the number 9. Row 5, will be Dustin Sornaker in the 66, it is outside Aaron Clark in the 19. And then David Trimble Jr. in the 28 with Joshua Godinez falling behind. Alan Dively having to serve a penalty from the race at hand of a couple of weeks ago, so he will be sent to the EOL stage for this one. Here we go, race fans. You want some dirt racing? You want some hard, fast-paced action? Well, you don't get any better than this one. They will structure him down, lead him off. Eric G. Gann looking to get 2 season wins in a row. Derek Pope looking to get 2 wins as well. It's anybody's ball game as they lead him off right out of turn 4. They'll structure him in, settle him down. There's going to be a few drivers looking to try to get up there quickly, trying to get up there fast. We'll see how well they handle the nerves and situations here as green flag approaches. We're underway. Already on the inside line, there you see Pope getting a pretty good run off there as you see him coming there with Eric G. Gann here. Chantel Throttle Puddle already making some big moves right coming from the back. AJ Hall into the wall protection a little bit there, has to kind of back off, get his corners in. Joshua Godinez in the 74 looking to make a big move. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! And more problems down there on turn 4 as exit 5 coming to a sudden halt right there. Let's take a look at that one, see what happened here. That was a little bit of a situation or two brewing there, but we'll find out what went wrong exactly. See him coming around at a turn of 3 and 4. Big little bump there. In the 5, and Landon McKenzie, unfortunately, getting into one another, so Chantel and Landon tagging each other there. Both drivers couldn't even get out of the throttle there. We'll take another look at it from the cockpit view here. The 5, see what she saw. That's one thing about these fast speeds is these cars sometimes can't quite handle when that situation kind of brews in and kind of sets in down there. And they can get very tricky to handle and very tricky to master. So the field will have to restructure, reformat back in. And it looks like they're doing just that here. They're getting ready to fire back up the cars and get the motors running hard here. Derek Pope will get the second place spot now run up. They'll have an opening here as they lead them off out of turn 3. Eric G. Gann and Derek Pope, Cody Scott and Crusader Shriver will be back at it here. Lining them up down around out of turn 4 to the green flag we go. Back underway, we hit it. Speeds carry, we're back on it. Charging the way down around out of turn 1 and 2 yet again. Brian Stang making a hard charge for himself. He worked from the outhouse. Now he's coming up for the White House. 19 of Eric Clark here looking to make a move on the middle structure here. Durston Sonaker up top trying to stay out of the way. And a little bit of problems there for the Crusader. Crusader has spun it out of turn 4. He's going to have to try to refire that one back in. Try to restructure in. More problems though down on that front straightaway. Caution. We got a caution. Well, that got a little wild back there. Wasn't sure what even happened until it was too little too late. Take a look at the replay here and see what happened first with Crusader. This is where hard racing gets really hectic, pretty crazy here. We'll see. He just made a mistake on his own. Ooh, gets up on the verb there. I think he was trying to ride that verb. Actually, that little entry there actually kind of cut him off. Actually heard him going in, then you saw AJ Hall, oh, and Landon McKenzie dragged into that one as well. Both drivers got a big smacking around there. Take a look at it from another angle here and see if we can see what exactly transpired. Good thing we got that old chopper cam working down there. Well, Dustin Sonaker ends up getting into the wall protection, tries to back off, get out of there, and Landon and AJ, both drivers taking a big tussle there, so that will slow down the momentum inevitably here and hurt their chances to keep up with the speeds. But it looks like they're just about ready to get back to the action now. They're just getting reformatted around AJ Hall. Going back in one more time, trying to somewhat remedy out his race here. He's not had the best racing as of late here, but he's definitely been able to put on a fight, put on a show. And that's definitely something that needs to be proven that he can definitely get it done and do it right. He's just, unfortunately, right now, the drivers having all sorts of problems kind of keeping up with the pace, keeping up with the momentum that is transpiring on them. Alright, this time by race fans, we're going to get that caution taken down, get the green back on around, waiting for them to go green flag racing. They'll settle them down, set them up here as they pop back up. We're back underway. Out of the start there, Matthew Hoffer going up on the outside line with Brian Stang having to work his way down in. Cody Scott looking to make a charge there in the EI 65 there with Derek Pope. Pope and Gann, both drivers side by side in a heated battle contested up front for the race lead. But Pope up onto the verb there, almost like what we saw Crusader just a little bit ago. Has to get out of that, try to stay off that trouble zone. He does so. Now he's got to make sure he sticks to the speed, keeps up power. Matthew Hoffer driving it in, swinging it way deep into the field. Alan Divlin looking to make an opening. Sends it in, up top to the bottom, now to the high side. Slider thrown. Hoffer couldn't quite keep him out of it. Dively just absolutely tearing it up down there. Clark getting a little up tap there from Godinez after Hoffer kind of tagged him there. Looks like that outside line starting to come into play. The 5 seasons as well here. Chantel Toronto Pile trying to make a big jump or two off that spot line. Eric G. Gann with a solid race lead right now. Absolutely taking it away from the field. Brian Sang, though, has marched up to the front. He's going to battle out with his old Conrad, Derek Pope there. Pope going through a little bit of a hard time, unfortunately, at the moment, so we wish nothing but our thoughts and prayers on him and his family right now at this time. Pope, hope if you're hearing this, take it easy down there, butter, and hope your family and friends hear this as well, man. We wish you nothing but the best, sir. Dively looking to try to make a little bit of a charge there on Godinez. Godinez still hanging in there with him, trying to keep his position down in the line. Aaron Clark and Chantel Toronto battle it out here in the top 6 here. Top 7, I should say. Here, just Crusader kind of moving his way back in the field as well. But Alan Dively and Godinez are the main 2 in front of the 2 battling behind him. So you got battles all over the place here, just kind of working their way in the structure. And Derek Pope not even able to hold off Brian Stang. Stang just absolutely tearing it up down there. David Tremble Jr. coming to a complete standstill and halt. Car has to be parked here. Not sure what went wrong, or maybe the motor went on that one, but he unfortunately will not be able to continue on. Cody Scott making it for a run. You saw him earlier on trying to make that slingshot maneuver work off of that 0-0 Derek Pope. This time by, it was Pope just making a solid little mistake there and getting himself in a little bit of a pickle or two. They'll charge him around here out of turn 2 here. Everybody firing hard, firing quick. They want nothing more than to make some big positions and make some shots in this. Still a battle from the back here. Clark, Bottle, Hofford at it. Crusader looked like maybe he's trying to see if there's something up on the outside line. He's making a hard charge up there just like he did in the aim in his heat. And it seems to be working. You can see Hoffer getting a little bit of company back there as he leads it in with Landon McKenzie following in closely behind. Joshua Godinez moving through the field and marching up yet again. This guy, I swear, he just loves to put up a fight when you least expect it. And he is definitely doing so. He said this was his first league he got into in the series, and he's enjoyed every bit of it, and I can see why. Racing clean, running hard, and definitely putting on a fight. He can definitely put on a little bit of a show here, and him and Derek Pope going at it right now as they lead it down in. A little bit of a 3-wide salute there. You see the 14 right back on the verb yet again, this time able to keep it away from trouble. May have learned to back off the throttle once in a while there, I guess. Alan Diley right now making some big runs, making some big positions in, looking to try to challenge them down, trying to challenge them off. Derek Pope and Godinez following in behind, but Chantel Toronto looks to try to make a move off that 960 if she can find an opening. Coming up quick, coming up fast. Even Aaron Clark even getting some speed there. That's Superman, number 19. Autism Awareness Speaks machine has been rock solid as of late. Can he keep his momentum going? As you've got a battle up for the race lead here. Brian Stang, the number 2 Rockstar Energy Metal Militia, firing hard, trying to put the Dirt Devil machine ahead of that MR Customs 51. He's drafted off of Eric G. Gann this entire time, but I think now he knows it's about time he starts making some runway. He's not getting any openings just yet. Coming off yet again, now round out of turn 4 here. Dively, Bottle, and Clark at it here with Shriver and Hofford falling in behind. A little bit of a bump there coming off out of turn 4. All for one, all for none, y'all. They are going for broke. They're going for it all. They know they have to stay with that throttle, keep the speeds alive, because again, when you're running these cars in, you have to really watch and pace yourself, because that motor, if it's not loud pedaling and screaming out there a little bit, it's not driving nearly as well as it should. And these drivers know that all too well. Now the Crusaders driver trying to make another charge around. Landon McKenzie falling in from behind. Matthew Hofford and them still hanging in with it. AJ Hall looking to possibly get some speed and build back in, but hasn't quite done that just yet. Cody's got the 65 here, already in a pretty good spot here. He started in a decent little area there in Heat 3. Unfortunately fell back behind because that little wreck he took in. And speaking of little wreck we took in, a little bit of a bump side skirt corner pass there coming out of turn 2. Eric G again gets passed in by Brian Stang. We have ourselves a new leader. Brian Stang, the Metal Militia crew, is starting to put the militia to the name. Put the pedal to the metal. Get this one going in, we say. Hard on the battle, and Derek Pope and Divey yet again tagging each other out of turn 4. Pope right now looking to possibly give something back at Dively here. They come off out of turn 2. No, he backs off. Dively a little loose. Gets into Pope though. Pope backs off, managing to get it restructured in, unlike earlier on. 5 now looking to make a big mark off that one. They're a little bit side skirted in. Car trying to back off, gets structured back in again. Up in the battle for the lead. Derek G. Gant still giving it all she's got. Cody Scott firing hard there with Godinez. And the pack in the back right now on their game, on the strategy. No one giving an inch, no one giving anything up. It's just absolute warfare and madness all around us at the moment. Cody Scott looking to possibly keep his hopes alive and get up to the front. He has a race winning back at Bristol Motor Speedway last season. He managed to top that one and get himself in a pretty good spot. Joshua Godinez in his first season running definitely making himself look like a money racer out there, because he's fighting hard every time out. He's putting on some good shows, to say the least. 8 laps remain here in the A main right now. Brian Stang desperately trying to keep Eric G. Gant away from him, because Gant is starting to get that bottom line to stick in just a slight bit. A little bit of problems down there for the 14, and Hofford tags the 14 coming off that corner of turn 2. Trouble down there. Looks like more problems in the back here. More issues, problems, cautions out. Just couldn't quite see what happened there. Derek Pope kind of transpiring around, having some issues there. See if we can look at it from the instant replay and see where everything went wrong. We saw what happened to Shriver there. Whoa! Landon McKenzie just completely driving it in there, right into the rear end of AJ Hall. Holy smokes, what on earth happened there? Let's take a look at that one from another angle here. Coming right off, everything looks good here. And AJ Hall, I don't even think you realized where he was at. Neither did Landon McKenzie there. Both drivers, unfortunately, getting into a bit of a pickle there. And that slowed everybody back down to a little bit of a slower pace here. That will get everyone refired back up though, and we're coming around out of turn 4 to the back straightaway. Everybody restructured and back in their place that they should be in. How is this one going to end? How is this one going to come to a close? Brian Stang looking to get another victory in. Can he do it here? They'll lead him off. Green flag flies. We're underway. Running them down around yet again here. It's pretty much going to be a green-white checkered situation here. There is not a lot of time left to be making mistakes. Coming off the ends here. The battle comes in quickly here. They'll lead him off around turn 1 down into turn 2. Now 3 and 4, I should say. Brian Stang trying to hold off Eric G. Gant's full throttle assault run right beside him. Green flag flying high in the air. Stang one last slider looking to chalk this one to another victory. Gant though will not be phased. Side by side they lead him off out of the corners here yet again. It is a battle of proportions. No one giving an inch. No one making a mistake. Stang looks like he might have a little bit more run on the outside there. Gant trying to do much the same. White flag is out. Leading him back and around. The 5 getting in the 960 and the 65 goes for a ride. Trouble there for the 14. Is upside down. X65 and Cody Scott is as well. Big wreck there in the back straight away there as they lead him off here. Coming out of turn 3 and 4. Brian Stang. One last run. Holds up and will win it at Knoxville. Oh my lord, and Joshua Godina has a strong showing from him yet again. 3rd place tonight. Popping off another one there, to say the least. Brian Stang with another victory and another celebration for that team there and that Metal Militia crew. A big victory, to say the least, here, and we're going to go ahead and take one last look at this one here, because that was a wild finish there, to say the least. Couldn't quite tell what happened there, what went wrong. Only thing as we could tell was there was definitely some hard racing in between there. Well, they were coming around at turn 1 and 2. And it looked like the track may have slid up just a little bit there. The 5 it is, and oh boy, everybody got into a bit of a pickle there. That one was. They were all over the place, to say the least. One more look at it from one more angle, and then we're going to call this one a night. Dively was definitely giving it everything they got there. Same with Cody Scott, and the 5 was doing all she could. Looked like Dively just kind of brought it in, one little spot in. The 5 was slipping up a little bit too. The track is slicking down badly, and unfortunately, drivers having all sorts of problems finishing that one out and causing the big one to happen right there as you saw it unfold. Bringing our race to an end here tonight, though. Brian Stang wins it yet again, and he will take home another feature victory, getting another one off the mark. Eric G. Gann coming 2nd, 3rd going to Joshua Godinez, 4th to Matthew Hoffert, 5th to Landon McKenzie, 6th to Aaron Clark, 7th to Alan Dively, 8th to Chantel Bottle, 9th to Cody Scott, 10th to Dustin Sonicker, 11th to Crusader Shriver, 12th to AJ Hall, 13th to Eric Pope, 14th David Tremble Jr. Rounds out your field here tonight. Alright, race fans, that's going to wrap it up here tonight for your action here with the Pedal Mill Racing Dirt Series. But coming up in just a few short hours, we return with a little bit of a battle here at our good friends at Wolfpack Racing League. They will challenge up Atlanta Motor Speedway with the Xfinity Series. We know what Pedal Mill did with Xfinity there. What will Wolfpack have in mind? You'll find out when we come back here in just a few short hours. But for now, I hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you'll join us again when the green flag flies right here on PTM Racing TV.